We're ready. We're good. We're good. We're on. Welcome to the public hearing of June 30th, 2025. This meeting is in consideration of an amendment to the limited commercial C3 zone to permit a maximum of 4 residential conversion units per lot. A residential conversion to 4 will match the unit limit permitted in 1 and 2 unit dwelling R2, highway commercial C2, and general commercial C1 zones. First reading was passed by council on April 18th, 2025. This public hearing was scheduled in accordance with the MGA Part 8, Section 205. A public hearing is the opportunity for the public to provide input to council. Council will not be making any decisions this evening. We are receiving information from the public to help in our decision-making process. Council will have the opportunity to seek clarification from the planning director or development officer and/or applicant after their presentation. Only those members who are present at this meeting may vote when the matter comes before council. Following the presentation by the Director of Planning, I will open the floor to members of the public to speak. You will have 5 minutes and be asked to provide your name and address before speaking. After members of the public have spoken, the applicant will have a final opportunity to address any points raised. This meeting is called to order. Please note that Councillor Andrew has sent his regrets. We have a fixed agenda this evening, so I will open the floor now to the Director of Planning. Nope.
No. Can you see it from your side? Super. I tested it.
Yeah, it was just on.
Turn off? No. Can you do the unplug and plug in thing?
Just under here?
Yeah.
That's the computer.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, magic. Good evening, Mayor, Council, members of the public. Darren Shube, Director of Planning and Development for the town of Kentville, here to present the policy aspects of the proposed amendments to the limited commercial C3 zone. An application was received from Logan Morse on February 7th, 2025, requesting a revision of the Land Use Bylaw to permit residential conversions in limited commercial zone, C3. Land Use Bylaw defines residential conversion to mean the alteration but not demolition of a residential building to increase the number of principal dwelling units. So the IM6 gives us the enabling legislation that it's the intention of council to evaluate text amendments, and that's what this is, to the land use bylaws that are not site specific and that do not include specific development proposal by considering land use planning implications and conformance with other municipal planning policies. So a couple of the policies that we're looking at for conformance with GD10 speaks about mixed-use compatible communities and the relevance of permitting residential and commercial development within a local area or neighborhood. And R22, policy R22 speaks to the promotion of affordable housing within residential areas. So both those we saw as germane to this application. The overall principle and sort of the historical rationale for having a limited commercial zone was to facilitate the conversion of residential properties to small office and professional service uses. And that applied to properties near the Valley Regional Hospital and the Provincial Courthouse, so Bridge Street and Exhibition Street. So we'll see here shortly. Oh, we'll see right now. So on the west side of Bridge Street, basically, going up the hill, and to the intersection with Exhibition, and then west from there towards the municipal boundary and the hospital. That's the area in blue, and in sort of medium blue, there's one C4 there on the far right, but the medium blue, C3, is what's indicated here. So the current land use bylaw regulation with regards to residential conversions is 5.1.11. There, as the mayor had mentioned in the opening, that they're currently permitted in 1 and 2 unit dwelling R2 zone, highway commercial C2, and general commercial C1 in accordance with the following requirements. Also of note here, and kind of highlighted in larger font at the below, these proposed amendments only apply to Bridge Street where it's a major collector, and that would be following the example that we see in those other zones. So the text amendment is fairly limited. It's just adding in red here, limited commercial C3 to the mix of the other zones where residential conversions are permitted. And this kind of gives us the timeline to show us where we've come with this. We've had fairly limited, i.e. zero input from the public on this one. We did hear some questions from council at the public participation meeting, but there hasn't been any other input to date on this, so that's worth mentioning. And should council approve this, these amendments at second hearing later tonight, we then go forward and publish a notice of approval, and it'd be a 14-day appeal period associated with that. So that's a very brief wrap-up and the end of my report.
Thank you very much, Director Shoup. Are there any questions of clarification from council based on this? I guess there's none. I'll now open the floor to any members of the public who may want to come up and address council. And I'll make another call if there's any members of the public that want to come up and address council. And I'll make a final third call if there's any members of the public that would like to come up and address council. I guess there's nobody. There being none, I would adjourn this meeting. You have a question? A little late, but we'll let you go, yeah.
Through the mayor, through the chair to Director Shoup, do you see other areas of Kentville zoned in this particular fashion, and this happening in other areas of Kentville? Potentially.
So I'll go back to a map for some reason. In terms of residential conversions,
Yeah.
I might actually defer that one to Kirsten. Have you seen anything along those lines? Have there been?
No, other than 157 Main, along Main Street there. That's
Right.
Okay.
So they're I guess, limited or no
Okay.
examples of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess nothing else. I'll adjourn this meeting at 5:06 p.m. Thank you very much.